Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We are here with game number 2, VGJ.Thunder up against Team Serenity for the ESL One Hamburg Chinese qualifiers. We're in round 1 of the playoffs, as we've got all of the open qualifier teams now facing up against the seeded teams. Team Serenity is one of those open qualifier teams, of course, as they did decently in game number 1, but VGJ.Thunder, as we have seen in our first series, and as we're likely to see unless there are some massive upsets, are kind of just outmaneuvering their opponents. Some good drafting from both sides, good laning phase, but those mid-game oh god, it's early in the morning. Those mid-game decisions, as I struggle to get my words out, seem to go the way of the teams with a little bit more experience under their belt. Skim Sylar is a guy with a lot of experience under his belt, but he played Queen of Pain last game. Still got the fast fingers.
He did, very much so, and it was very interesting. Again, I wonder if this is just a comfort thing, or if maybe VGJ.Thunder is experimenting a little bit with these roles. But overall, it is probably very beneficial. You know, it's probably very beneficial to have very flexible cores in the current meta anyway. Is this the first time we're seeing Earthspirit and Earthshaker today? I believe it is.
First time I've seen AA as well, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, Earthshaker was banned previously. We saw him in first phase banned a lot. But Clockwork and Earthspirit both picked up in the first phase by Team Serenity.
Yeah, I don't know what that is about either. You generally only want to pick up one of these heroes in the first phase, because picking up both kind of, I don't know. It kind of, definitely the Clockwork. Yeah, it's an offlane Clockwork now. How do we exploit this? It's very unlikely going to be 5-position Clockwork. Last time I've seen a 5-position Clockwork was in Tongfu, I believe, with Faith doing it.
Okay.
No, that was a mid-position Clockwork, wasn't it? The Kabu Clockwork. That's the one you're referring to, right?
Yeah, Kabu just played Clockwork everywhere though.
Yeah, that's a good point. No, but yeah, the last time I've seen a 5-position Clockwork was in China. Yeah, Tongfu Faith. But this is very likely just an offlane Clockwork, which feels weird, but at the same time, it's not bad against Earthshaker and AA. You can pretty much solo kill these two heroes in the mid game as well. Maybe not the Earthshaker at some point, but the AA definitely. So maybe it works out. Together with the Earthspirit, you have a little bit of a ganking combo going.
10 seconds remaining.
But I feel like if they had picked up the Earthspirit, I don't think a Clockwork gets banned at all, and it feels weird shoehorning yourself this early into certain lanes already. That's the part that bugs me a little bit.
Yeah, not leaving yourself open, basically, you know. But what would the other options have been? I guess like Earthspirit and Necro was an opener, but then your opponents have picked AA. You know, maybe you go for like your Witch Doctor or one of your other supports, but I can understand why they've done it. They've picked 2 tanky heroes that are very good at catching. You know, like you said, they're good against the AA and Earthshaker already. So I don't dislike this at all. Now, Shadow Shaman comes out. That's going to be their nice little 5-role support hero. I guess maybe they could have picked that up instead of the Clockwork. But if they're going to pick these 3 heroes together, it doesn't really matter what order they're doing it in. They've shown their 2 supports on their offlaner. Their 2 cores are still hidden. And they, of course, are going to see the 4 heroes from VGJ.Thunder first and get that nice little 1-up now before the final picks come in to maybe, outmatch one of these lanes. As VGJ have to pick up one of their cores again, as it's the Sven. Clockwork against Sven. Now, aggressive dual lanes with an Earthspirit, not really the best. He does like to roam and kind of poke and prod. Activating or enabling your mid lane is going to be very important here. And if it's against the puck, it's going to be rough.
10 seconds remaining.
Honestly, they might just have to pick Viper again here, Skim.
They might just have to, honestly. I think this is going to be very difficult to shut down the puck. What they could do is pick some hero that could semi one-on-one against him, maybe like an OD, for example, and then have the Clockwork and Earthspirit contest the lane with a Sven and AA. AA is one of these supports that you can very, very much exploit. He's very squishy. He doesn't have any good spells to really deal with aggression, aside from maybe like a slow and I guess his stun, which is not really a stun in a sense. So I don't know. Maybe they're gonna go aggressive here. I mean, we've seen 2 aggressive try lanes from Avalon so far. Maybe Serenity is
You can't.
gonna follow that up.
You
You,
can't
you, you
aggro
can,
tri-lane
but
with a Shadow Shaman Earth
no,
Spirit.
no, you can't. But I'm just saying.
If they're forced into that position, maybe they swap their lanes around. But there's the lane dominator. Instead of the Viper, it's going to be the Queen of Pain. With the help of the Earth Spirit, that should be good against the puck. We're still not exactly sure, though, where these heroes are going. Could still be the 4-roll ES, the offlane puck, the offlane ES, the mid puck. Still interchangeable in that regard. So the Queen of Pain kind of fills the void and makes sure that you're not going to get screwed over too much. And of course, you've got the ability to do tons of magic damage in the mid game through Ether Shock. You've got the catch and kill power of Clockwork and Earth Spirit to kind of enable the Quap to get into position without using Blink too aggressively into positions where maybe she's caught. But this final pick really does have to kind of win them the game.
It does, and right now, I don't know. For me, the Serenity team feels very squishy. Just look at this. If they ever got caught out by like a Fisher, and then there's a follow up from the puck, oh, I don't know. This has a lot of potential to be a bloodbath, and I don't know. The damage is very magical right now, and I can't really think of a carry that really ties it together. They banned the Void themselves, which I think could have been that linchpin. That a lot of teamfight control. He combos well with some of these heroes. He's a little bit self-sufficient. But what other core really does it? They could maybe go for something pushy, maybe go for something like a Terrorblade, right? With the Shadow Shaman, I think that could work a lot.
See,
But
I went down this train of thought about a minute and a half ago, and I thought TB as well, but I think Pugner, because TB against Earthshaker AA Sven, I think just gets demolished. He gets
that's a good point.
He gets manhandled. When Blink comes up on ES, you're like done. So you have to get so much done in that first 20-25 minutes that you put yourself on such a timer. The clock is ticking and ticking and ticking, that if it extends a little bit too long, you lose that timing. So I think something like a Pugner that can you just go all in. Just say, screw it, we're going to blow people up with a Decrep, Scream, Ether Shock combo. We're going to push down with Serpent Wards and Pugner Blast. We'll hold wards for tier 2s or tier 3s, and we'll just chip away normally. You can look for kills on the offlaner with a Pugner +1. Pugner, Shadow Shaman, help out with the Earth Spirit, but Earth Spirit wants to spend a lot of time mid. So, that's the thing. You want that safe lane hero that can lane well with just one support. You don't need a defensive tri-lane, and you need someone that can hit towers, most importantly. Serpent Wards can't do all of the work because of their long cooldown. I think the other... I really like the Weaver ban. That would have been sick for them, but it is the TB.
It is the TB.
So they put themselves on that kind of clock.
See, the thing with the Pugnas, and I like the idea in general, but at the same time, how do you really go high ground against this? Their high ground defense against the Pugna. I mean, yeah, you can slowly chip away from the low ground, but if they find that initiation, you're not going to survive it. Like, if they just need one Blink Echo and you're dead. I guess you could argue the same with the Terrorblade, but he's at least a frontliner. You can give him the Aegis, and that's fine, and then he'll come back and he'll wreck everybody. I don't know. I don't know. I think Pugna would have been weird, and I think TB is a little bit of a safer option, even if the threat of the wombo combo is still there. But I think it's a little bit of a safer option because I think you do need more physical damage than what they currently have.
I guess he scales as well. He scales okay.
But I definitely see your concerns though. I mean, you pick a TB into Sven and Earthshaker. That is.
Yeah.
But I think that shows how in kind of what position Serenity put themselves during the draft, sort of.
It's a difficult one.
Ooh, what about a Lycan? Could they have played Lycan here? I think they could have.
VGJ? Oh, for Serenity?
No, for Serenity. For Serenity.
You may now select your hero.
It helps them with their lanes as well.
Maybe so. Lycan just can't kill any of these. Like, Lycan can kill AA, but he struggles to kill anyone else, though, because of Warcry, puck jumping around.
That's a good point.
Because, you need to be able to chase and kill people with Lycan, whereas TB, you can maybe stand your ground and fight. But yeah, the difference between Pugna and TB is mainly the laning stage, right? Pugna can snowball so fast. TB needs to farm. He needs lane farm, so if he gets harassed or if he gets zoned, which Legion plus Earthshaker, it looks like, are going to be zoning him out. Maybe just a solo Legion, who's going to be very tanky in lane, going to be difficult to handle with just the Shadow Shaman. Then that draws in the Earth Spirit, opens up the Puck Quap matchup, opens up the Sven to just free farm jungle because Clockwork can't really harass there. You have this real offset laning phase now because you need to help the TB in the early stage, and then your other lanes are maybe closed out a little bit more than you would like. And that's what really sets you on that timer. You know, with Pugna, the timer is kind of modified because of the laning snowball that you can potentially get with a tier 1 tower going down early. TB's little window there, you know, you have that sweet spot to hit, and you can scale past it, which is what maybe Serenity are looking for. But team fight control, VGJ all the way. Farming, laning, VGJ all the way. This Earth Spirit, honestly,
he needs to do a lot of work.
it's not just doing a lot of work. He has to win 2 lanes. Like the Earth Spirit has to win 2 out of these 3 lanes for Team Serenity for them to have a chance.
This is rough. This is really rough. I think that, you know, even before the Legion Commander, I mean, we highlighted how many answers VGJ have to this TB with the Legion Commander. That's just one more really big answer. And overall, the Legion Commander just solves so many issues. You can deal with the illusions. You can catch out the Queen of Pain. It's a good laner as well. So, I don't know. It's really difficult. This draft definitely goes into the favor in VGJ, in my opinion, and I'm pretty sure you agree as well. But while we do talk about the draft, let's highlight the fact that it is, once again, Sylar on the puck.
Yeah, middle lane Sylar. That's what we're seeing. That's what we're getting. So what does this do for us on the other heroes here? We've got Legion Commander for Yang, and then Ghost is on the Sven.
Yep.
Cool. They're gonna find no one.
It worked out for them last game.
TB and Shaman, they land the Fisher actually. Doesn't block him off though, he just stands his ground and waves at them. Hello there. They'll steal a nice little bounty rune, and it looks like they might be going aggro. Sven AA Sven, Sven AA Sven, Sven AA ES. There are not 2 Svens. It is early in the morning, and sleep is something which belongs to people other than me.
Quick question. Have you ever seen a Terrorblade in professional Dota that didn't have the Arcana?
No.
Same. I just considered it, you know, it was like, wait, does any Terrorblade player ever not have the Arcana?
I think
and the answer is no.
I think everyone does. And it's one of the early ones, right? So pretty much everyone.
True.
Everyone and their mum has got one, honestly. So laning.
I don't have one.
Okay.
I'm just saying.
I mean, no one cares about you.
Wow.
Just use your sick Dota buff dollar to go and buy one. Okay. Lanes. Aggro dual lane Sven AA up against the Clockwork, which they've put up on the top lane, while Legion is getting wrapped around on. So Shadow Shaman TB, aided by the Earth Spirit lurking towards the west, who spots the Earthshaker rotating in, and maybe they start something off here with the Rolling Boulder and an Orb of Venom. They'll be able to slow the Earthshaker down, but it's just going to be the trading of hits for now. So Earth Spirit doesn't want to commit anything too early on. I say that as he rolls through the trees and far away. Fair enough. Mid lane is going to be the Quap against Puck matchup. This, honestly, nowadays, it's very, very skill dependent. We no longer see the 50-50. We no longer see the trading of hits and dodging of shadow strikes. If the Puck is better than the Quap will win. If the Quap is better than the Puck will win. And in this case, Sylar looks like he's winning pretty nicely here, as he's been face shifting out and dodging all sorts of attacks.
Actually, I would argue that it is very much in favor of the Puck every time. I mean, obviously, you know, if the Queen of Pain player is significantly better than the Puck player, we'll see the difference. Oh, mid lane roll, it's gonna miss. But the Puck has been buffed so much over the past few years, just in terms of, like, you know, stats and damage. Actually, I think it's only the damage that was buffed. It's like, I think it's gone up by like 10 at this point, ever since we've seen, you know, like Quap Puck matchups in like 2013 or something. So I feel like that makes a huge difference.
More like a 60-40.
Yeah, but still, it definitely, you know, you definitely do have a point. It's definitely about who's the better player here. And I mean, Queen of Pain even invested an early point into Blink to get a better creep block after picking up the rune, and he's still losing the lane. So I think we know who the better player is. At least in this laning stage.
Well, it's going pretty well for the puck anyway. Sila's off to an amazing start, but yeah, I'd probably agree. You know, you see all the matchups now. The puck against TA is probably the clearest one, where puck has shifted very heavily away from being disadvantaged to maybe even being now advantaged. But top lane with a chilling touch, the stun combo, the cold feet snaps, and Clockwork destroyed.
Bottom lane,
Big man
speaking
with
of
a sword
destroyed.
and shield as TB salves up, nearly dies. The health game in, and he's still alive. Legion Commander chasing into the Shadow Shaman under this tower. One more swipe. And the blades will kill him off, but Terrorblade has to be so thankful that he survived after using that salve. Nearly got caught by the overwhelming odds, but he's still in this lane for now.
Yep, this is not going well for Serenity. I mean, they even adjusted the lanes to have the lanes the way they are right now, and they're still losing them. So if your plan A doesn't work, I mean, what do you even have a plan B to fall back on? I mean, what's the plan B here? Is it Earth Spirit just staying bottom, maybe rotating the TB back top against the AA Sven? I don't think that it is.
This is the issue, right? This is the issue we saw in the draft. And Earth Spirit's just rolled in with a cog saving him. AA will have to take the kill. Clockwork might die here. Mango on Sven means there's a stun in about 3 seconds time, but they're not going to commit for it. He just holds onto the Mango for now. Use that as bait a little bit later on. Aggressive plays not working here. The Dire have been handing over kills, 3 so far on a silver plat, pretty much, to VGJ.Thunder. As Sylar increases his lead in this middle lane, 31-9. Looks for the kill now with level 2 Waning Rift. That's it, he's killed the Quap.
Quap even invested into an infused raindrop to make sure this doesn't happen, but it still did happen.
I mean,
and
that's an outplay.
Yeah, that's 100% an outplay, and this is very troublesome against the. We've seen outlaning in a couple of games, obviously, and you know this happens. But if it happens to a team that is already disadvantaged because we do think they have the weaker draft and they're technically also the weaker team because VG Gaming is the more established team. If they don't recover from this laning stage quickly, this could be a very rough game, and this could be a bloodbath as well. I mean, we did highlight how much burst potential they have on the Radiant side. If they just get there, if Earthshaker gets an early blink, if Puck gets an early blink, an early Dagon, the Dire side is not tanky. This could be a really big bloodbath.
TB doesn't have a lane to go to.
Yeah, he doesn't.
He just gets slammed so much. Earthshaker comes in with a couple of enchants and he's out of there. He's got to go jungle or something. I don't know. Quelling Blade PMS. I'm out of lane. I'm gone. See ya. Queen of Pain,
mid.
dead again. Yeah, if you blink, you snap the coil. One more hit. It's a Fisher. Earthshaker secures that again. Puck with that early advantage now snowballing into Sylar's favor. The Veil being rushed very quickly here. Is that no bottle, no boots, straight into Veil?
Yes.
Sylar
Hey, it's
gonna go
working.
in hard.
It's working.
I mean, the double null's pretty standard. Usually we see, double null wand or just double null into bottle, brown boots, then the Veil, but fair enough.
He's almost 3 levels ahead of this Queen of Pain. If he gets his Veil soon, he can just solo kill her again. Yeah, the recipe's coming in. And
this is with Earth Spirit helping out every now and then, right? This is Queen of Pain with an Earth Spirit helping.
This is very rough, and I'm not even sure what the answer here really is because the Earth Spirit can't do anything against this Puck. There's just no way at this point, anyway. And I mean, he's only just hit level 3 here. I don't know.
So remember when I said that Earth Spirit has to win 2 of these 3 lanes, and
it's not won a single one.
Are losing all 3 lanes. Oh boy. They are going to need some big smoke ganks. When Quap and Clockwork hit level 6 or 7, they're going to need to find some big kills because TB needs space to farm, Rasta needs to get 6 to get the Serpent Wards. They need so many things.
Yeah, the Clockwork level 6 is going to be the crucial one. They need to find a good initiation on anybody because right now all they can do is roll onto people, and that's just not going to be sufficient. But as I say that, their Clockwork, no, he's going to be safe. Sven did pop his ultimate though. I'm not sure this is the lane you want to TP to, Marissa.
Shadow Shaman, and now maybe even Clockwork. They've got a Mango and a stun. A couple of slaps from Sven's big sword. 1, 2, 3 tap. Oh, AA is going to take this kill. It looks like there with a double kill and a killing spree. The Ancient Apparition is absolutely rolling in money. Earth Spirit is lurking around here in the trees, though. Cancels the clarity. Has a rolling bolt around a stun, but with oh, no cold feet, no mana. No mana for it. Earth Spirit's fine. He'll be able to roll away. Kick the Sven and roll away.
Oh, he's baiting him in, dude.
Oh, he has.
It worked.
It definitely did.
Alright, that's how you get back into the game. Hope the enemy overextend and chase you through the half the jungle.
That's a big Queen of Pain Sonic Wave. That's a big couple of kills. I mean, what did that net? That's a 1.3k swing. 7 minutes into this game. 400 gold for your quab.
Same. And she almost hit level 7 out of it. I'm pretty sure she only just hit level 6 on the creep wave mid, and then yeah, straight to level 7 we go. But this is a puck with a Veil of Discord and an ultimate. This can get very dicey for this Queen of Pain very quickly.
Especially if it's a Fisher or something. It even looks like they are moving
Oh,
in.
they want the duel. They want the duel.
The duel from the Legion Commander, yeah. They've got no smoke, though. Unless there's one on the
Do they need it, though? If they get the long-range Fisher into the ultimate and Waning Rift, I'm not even sure they need
to get the
smoke,
Legion, to get the Legion in there for the duel, they do. But it looks like they're just going to give up. Earthshaker does have the smoke on him, though. You know, just start stacking some camps up here for the Sven to take in a little while. As we all know, aggressive dual lanes and aggressive tri-lanes are not conducive to good farming because you're looking for kills and you're looking for pressure.
Oh, puck is gonna go mid.
Oh, there we go.
Perfect.
Into Waning Rift. That line was so good. The salve is there from the Queen of Pain, and I think Queen of Pain's okay. Puck has to give up. Rolling Boulder in with a silence now. Cogs available. Can trap the puck in, but Sylar, he's out of here. He jaunts away. Is there a way to catch the Riz? He gets him with the hook shot. Perfectly played. This is it. The Dire team, exactly what they needed. First Sonic Wave was great. Gets them a couple of kills. First hook shot, perfect. Gets them kill on the puck. And overall, that's like a 2k swing.
Yeah, they also killed the Earthshaker. Earthshaker was also behind there, behind enemy lines, trying to finish off the Queen of Pain, but they killed him. This is I mean, it sounds stupid at this point, but they just need to hope this keeps on happening. They just need to hope that, you know, VGJ continue to overextend, and little by little, they can get back into this game. They're getting their levels. The TB has been farming silently for like, what, 3-4 minutes now?
Don't tell anyone. VGJ might realize what's going on.
To be fair, he also only has treads and Quelling Blade. That's it. But you know, slow and steady. He has the Mask of Madness queued up. Looks like that's his favorite item.
Yeah, why not? I mean, this is the Armate build. Mask of Madness on any hero build.
Yeah.
The Mom TB. Well,
Sven ultimate?
Wait, where?
He's farming. No, he's farming. Okay. He's farming. No, bottom lane, hook shot onto the Legion. Not sure that's gonna be. Oh no, they have the Rasa wards. They can get this kill. They don't need it, the wards. Ether shock.
Slow and steady. There we go. They do get the extra shock out. Can they turn this into a tower, though? Because you take a look in the Dire jungle. They found the terror. Oh, no, yes. Oh, he's got no Sunder. If he levels up from one... No, never mind. There's nothing nearby. Like, one creep dies and he hits level 7. He can level Sunder there. They might find the Earth Spirit at the same time. Oh, he rolls away. Not going to catch him. A nice little gank into the Dire jungle there. Catching the
bottom
TB
lane.
And now Ice Blast
ultimate.
in onto the Rasta. Pops one of the raindrops. Serpent wards are down onto the tier 1. So they're TPing the Legion in. No blink just yet. About 1,000 gold off it. Just trying to force this wave back. Force the heroes back off the tower as the Serpent wards are chipping away significantly. Great structural damage there, but they're not being focused on the tower. They are being focused on the creep wave. So Legion comes in and destroys a bunch of them. Gets herself, what, a good 200 gold? Lovely stuff.
Yeah, but they took down the tower to half. I think this is sort of worth it for them, especially if, you know, if they can find the tower in the next, what, 4 minutes now, or whatever, in the next couple of minutes with the next ultimate, basically. Just need to be careful, though. The Earthshaker is very close by, and they do want to find the duel, and they might be able to turn this around.
Is this another death for the Legion with the Earthshaker here? I don't think so. Puck arrives with the Veil of Discord, gets the nukes in onto Clockwork with the Dream Coil there. They duel as well. Ice Blast lands. cacophony of spells, and the Sonic Wave comes through and clears through too. Puck has to retreat with another Orb and Jaunt. Maybe the silence misses from the Earth Spirit. So the Dire don't get a third hero to add to their list, but the two they did get,
mid lane.
well worth it as Terrorblade caught mid. Here's the Cold Feet with the spent ulti. He's level 7 with no Sunder, so he's gone. He is an absolute dead man.
It's rough for him, but it's still good for the rest of his team. I mean, not his death, but overall the engagement just now. Again, they just need to keep on hoping that VGJ play a little bit sloppy. I mean, I say sloppy even though they die close to the tower, but they overextend just a little bit. They don't really have any vision either. Not any good vision anyway. They have vision on the Terrorblade, but that's basically it. So in that sense, you know, a lot of room for Serenity to operate, and they get the tower, as I said, in just a couple of minutes now, and that opens up the map for them a lot.
Yeah, that Radiant Jungle is now a place they can play aggressively if they get some wards down in there. Spirit very good in these kind of extended open areas where he can chase people down with the help of the Queen of Pain or the Clockwork. Clockwork very similar as well, long angles just to launch out these little hook shots. Radiant team all grouped in around mid. Sven waiting for the God Strength to come back up. He's got his Blink Dagger now. Might be looking for some kind of play with the Ice Blast, and yeah, here we go. Smoke up with the Earthshaker.
Shadow Shaman just used his wards to farm.
The Ancients?
Yeah.
That's fine.
I mean, I've seen this before, but it's just...
It just
weird.
looks
I think it just looks silly.
Yeah.
I think it just looks silly.
And it's pretty slow going as well, but you know, if he gets himself 300-400 gold or whatever from this, it's pretty worth it. Because where are they going to push? Not really going to push tier 1 mid. Tier 1 top is a no-go because aggressive move from the Radiant means Clockwork is spotted, found, and killed. So the Dire team can't really respond to this. Queen of Pain heading past the Veil, maybe into a Yule Scepter here. We're still yet to see. It's a difficult item choice right now for the co-op, honestly. You go for the Yules to get out of silence, to get away from Fisher, to cancel TPs. Go for an Orchid.
I think you go for I definitely think you go for the Yules. I think the Orchid would be a little bit too greedy. I think you need to be more survivable. It's also just to dodge potential spells, like the Storm Bolt, maybe even an AA Blast, or at least the damage of it. I don't know. I think Orchid would be way too greedy.
Well, Soiler has been making great strides towards that Blink Dagger. Not as large a gap between himself and the Queen of Pain though anymore. As Quap has been farming very nicely in the jungle and is heading into the Orchid, it looks like. Going for that aggressive itemization and not the defensive one. They really want to line that Fisher up, but they don't find her. She blinks away. And I think both teams kind of understand where each other are, but the Clockwork misses out on the hook shot. Barely scraping the backside of the AA, but here comes the Earth Spirit. Good boulder smash. Actually catches 2 with a Sonic Wave, clipping the Earthshaker as well. That's a 2 for nothing. Lined up so nicely there.
Look, Puck absolutely dominated the lane, killed the Queen of Pain, what, 3 times or something? And the Queen of Pain is still only 100 gold behind now in terms of net worth. This Queen of Pain has been doing a lot of work, been there at the right times, and involved in 7 out of 9 kills. Oh, duel?
I was wondering where they were going.
Yeah.
I saw the Clockwork as a target, and I heard the duel, and I thought, hang on a second, who have they found? And it's the Earth Spirit. What's that? Second duel win of the game there for Yang.
And Terrorblade in the meantime still just silently farming. Rasta again popping the wards to farm. I like this. They're taking out taking out the pace out of the game, making sure that if they do go for kills, they go for assured ones. They don't really force an issue. They're not like smoking and trying to find like a desperate kill inside the enemy jungle. They're just farming, and I think this is the right way to do it.
Yeah, they kind of let one hero go and they trade off 2 for them. Earth Spirit finds the puck, but killing off Silo here is going to be a difficult task as the Jaunt and Orb, maybe mistimed and misplayed there by Silo, but a great press the attack saves the day. In comes the duel again with a Cold Feet down. Shadow Shaman's dead. Good Dream Coil as well, able to find the Earth Spirit and get a 2 for 0 this time, going the way of the Radiant. But this all started with Silo missing out on that spell combo, relying so heavily on that press the attack from the Legion to dispel the Hex and then get away Could have been a very different story if the puck had died first.
Dire's bottom
Yeah,
tower
for sure.
is under
But
attack.
this is also, you know, I just talked about it, how they, you know, they're trying, just playing it slow, but I think they just got a little bit overzealous in this mid lane. Same issue that VG Gaming had earlier. They and Serenity just don't have the vision really. They don't really have this vision to really afford these kind of moves. They had what, 2 wards up, or they still have 2 wards up, one at the shrine and one in the mid lane. But that's not really enough. Like you initiate on a puck and you don't know what's behind him. That's very, very dangerous with a team, you know, with Earthshaker, AA. Like they have so much turnaround potential. If you do go for a kill, you need to be absolutely sure you can't afford to do that. And that was just a little bit risky, even if it was close to their own tier 1 tower, or former tier 1 tower.
Yeah, but now they have BKB Sven. They are about 300 gold away from the Earthshaker Blink Dagger. And if they find a good team fight now, this could be Blink money for him, because Legion Commander already has the initiation tool aiming forwards and looking for that squishy target, the Queen of Pain, but she has retreated all the way back to her tier 3. Whereas the rest of her teammates lurking around on this top lane. The Blink duel onto Clockwork there. Earth Spirit launches out a nice stun. But the Ice Blast has already finished off the Clockwork as the Dream Coil snaps. They drop the Serpent Wards as if they want to fight here. So Queen of Pain blinks in, looking for the Legion Commander, 3-man Fisher, and the damage from the puck. They're clearing them up one by one, and Dire Team, what have you done? You've fed. You've jumped into death.
Oh, all the hard work that they've done, like in the last, what, 10 minutes? I wouldn't say gone to waste, because they're still doing well in terms of net worth, but it definitely didn't help. I mean, this was just a very bad decision to reinitiate into that fight after they already lost the Clockwork.
You can say undone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was pretty much undone.
It was definitely undone. Like, yeah, you can like it. Like, looking at metrics and stuff is always very finicky, and you're never quite sure if you're gonna Clockwork. No, Earthshaker. His boy's Blink Dagger already. If he dies here, it's like whatever. Maybe if they find a trade-off kill, could be even nicer for them. A Sven takes a lot of damage from the Blade Mail. Clockwork turns back to fight. But yeah, you look at the net worth graph, and you can see VGJ up until, you know, what, 8.5 minutes, leading, accelerating through to 5k. And then it dips a bit, plateaus for a long time, and it is a good 10 minutes. It's like from 8.5 to, like, you know, 18.5 minutes, and then you see that spiral out of control as they go upwards. Dire, they kind of, you know, usually we say they took their pedal off, they took their foot off the pedal, right? Took their foot off the gas. This is kind of the opposite. They put their foot, you know, they pressed down too hard. They went in a little bit too hard.
I think it's just. If you're behind by the amount that they are for such a long time, right? You lose the landing station. You slowly and gradually work yourself up, and then you can taste it, right? You can taste, oh, if they overstep just one bit, we're gonna be on top, and oh, they are. Maybe this is the situation for us to turn a fight, and it's easy to fall into that mindset, but they need more composure than that, and it was just a very bad decision to go into that team fight after they lost the Clockwork, and you know they have to blink in aggressively on the Queen of Pain to even initiate the fight.
Oh, and now the mob on the TB. He's doing damage in though with the Ice Blast landing. This is going to be disastrous for them. It hits them all 5, and who's going to die? Puck, can you jump in? Well, Quap looks to play aggressively into Silas. A phase shift as a Yules, but there's no usage of any of those items or spells. As well, the Dire team get a 1-for-2 trade in what looked like should have been an absolute wipe.
How did they get away with this?
No Blink Echo. They didn't. I don't know.
It was actually a very greedy play from the Earthshaker. He walked in for the Echo. I'm not sure, actually his Blink Dagger might have been a cooldown because he tried to blink in to get to the fight, but his Echo was interrupted by the Clockwork with a hook shot, and then afterwards he didn't find an Echo anymore, so this should have been a team wipe. Just the AA blast was beautiful, but Puck couldn't find the reinitiation anymore, actually got killed even. I don't know. This was a good fight for them, even though I don't think it should have been for the Dire. No. Is that weird?
Puck definitely should have been able to get another cycle of spells off there. Didn't get the Yules off, didn't phase shift. But you also have to kind of think about the response from the Queen of Pain. Low HP with the Ice Blast on her, knowing puck spells are on cooldown. Actually blinked into the puck, played aggressively, forced the puck into this kind of low HP threshold where Sylar didn't want to just walk straight back in, wanted to wait until Blink, Orb, and Waning Rift were back up, and then that was just too long as Earthshaker finds a solo pickoff. He's the only hero in the lane. I guess the Ice Blast kind of counts. Finds the TB though. Big kill.
Well, that's one of the reasons why Earthshaker's so big in the meta. Obviously, it works especially well against Terrorblade and his illusions, but in general, Earthshaker just finds these solo kills that other supports don't. And oh, speaking of kills,
oh, that's a good shot. Oh,
hook
shot with a two-man cogs. In comes the Queen of Pain. No Sonic Wave, just a scream, push them back. Oh, Boulder Smash, not going to land, but they get the puck regardless. That dual Dream Coil play not working out as Shadow Shaman got the last second Hex out just in time, but in comes Sven. BKB'd up. Oh, no! Did he turn into a creep? Oh, that is not good. Gets inside the cogs regardless. They'll clear up one with a dual win there. Earthspirit maybe gets away from this though. Earthshaker hit by the Magnetize, but Sven, he's going to make sure he gets that one. He's not going to turn around and hit any creeps this time. He definitely turned around and hit a creep, right?
he definitely did. He definitely did. I wonder, did he think the Queen of Pain was dead already and then he turned, or was it? I don't even know.
I'm gonna misclick.
Misclick. It had to be.
When stuff like that happens, you just go with misclick because.
No, when stuff like that happens, you type in all chat -ping. Like, but you misspell it so people see that you try to like check your ping.
You do underscore ping.
Yeah, underscore ping. Yeah. I have no idea what happened, but once again, Serenity just have to hope these things happen. You know, that VGJ sort of overextend a little bit, and I mean, diving to tier 2 tower for Shadow Shaman definitely counts as overextension. But at the same time, they also have to find these counter initiations, and the Clockwork, I have to say, has been in stellar position. Like, he's always sort of there to find a hookshot, to find the counter initiation, and that's what they have to. That's what they have to do this game. I'd argue even the Earthspirit needs to be in better position as well. Like, I'm not saying he's been playing bad, but I think he needs to be in even better position. And then they maybe even find the kill on the Legion Commander in that scenario as well. But mid lane, they might fight. Oh!
Oh baby.
The reaction.
Sven, are you gonna do this? Oh, if he'd known there's a TV behind them. Maybe he would have gone on that instead, but there's the God Strength for the tier 2 as well as the kill on the Earth Spirit. With BKB ready, pressuring high ground is spooky, but it looks like they're going to go for it anyway. Sven just rolls straight on up to the tier 3, chunks it down to about 2/3 HP. Glyph is forced, and they've got a supporting cast behind. Blink Echo, Ice Blast, 25 seconds until that's ready, so that's what they're going to retreat for. Need that ulti to really secure a team fight. TB's pushing bot lane, so I think the answer here is maybe TP someone top, shove that out, bring them back towards mid, and then go for a play. Looks like Puck is just going to make the long wander up there.
I'm not even sure they're going to do that, to be honest. I mean, they're definitely going to push, have somebody push a top, but they might just wait for a couple more items before they try and find a reinitiate. I think if you're VGJ, you're worried that you might just throw away your lead, even though, if you look at the net worth, I think I don't think VGJ feel like, oh, mid lane? No, they're not going to get it. I don't think VGJ know or feel that they're actually ahead by as much as they are, in terms of net worth and experience. And I think they're just going to wait for, BKB on Legion, maybe the what's it called? The Bloodthorn on Sven. And then they try and force those fights. Because then I think they're very sure that they can take them. Because right now, I think you're scared that if you just misstep a little bit, they can turn it around. And, I mean, they've shown that they can. And they've always turned things around without the Terrorblade, even. Like, the Terrorblade has not been part of a fight.
Yeah. Clockwork's hook shots. The Queen of Pain, honestly, the positioning of not just her hero to begin with, but also the blink positioning and lining up skills, the Scream and the Sonic Wave, have been absolutely stellar. We've seen so many Sonic Waves just glide on along past 3 or 4 heroes, or over the top of them. Maybe an ordinary player would have only caught maybe 1. But it has been down to this Clockwork and Earthspirit. The control from these guys has just been so massive, pivotal in these team fights.
Yeah, and again, their positioning really needs to be needs to be stellar. Like it's very rough because they can't really afford to make a lot of mistakes. I mean, the last time they made like a huge mistake, they almost threw the game away again. And I almost want to say they need to play perfectly, which sounds a bit weird, but they kind of do.
No,
because they, yeah,
Sorry, I completely understand.
yeah,
But if they feel like a wombo combo team without the wombo combo, right?
exactly.
Like you need like they need to wombo combo with Clock, Earth Spirit, Queen of Pain without any kind of synergy spell, right?
Yeah.
Clockwork Cogs is like your vacuum in this game, or
Basically.
the Chrono. That is the level we've descended to. Is that Clockwork is your void. He goes in and he traps people, and then your Earth Spirit and your Queen of Pain do the rest. But it's just not that easy. It's just not that easy. And now, with the movement forward, Puck is hunting. While Sven takes the Roshan. Clockwork found here, but the duel comes in. Should be able to find this kill relatively easily. Queen of Pain wants to line this up, but silenced up. Destroyed. 2 hits, 2 crits. Sven says goodnight with a DD rune up and running. 3 crits and he's killed off 3. Looks for the Terrorblade. Where's my 4th? Oh, Earthshaker, you're going to steal it, are you? Well, I'm going to farm these creeps under your nose.
Radiant structures are fortified.
Well, the Shadow Shaman has been doing the right thing, pushing out the mid wave, making sure that, yeah, we lost the fight, but it's going to take them a little bit at least to push out the wave. Well, as I say that, yeah, it's got to delay it a little bit at least. But this is, I mean, this is just goes back to what we were saying. They need the perfect initiation. They need the perfect fight, really, and this was anything but. I think the idea was sort of right. They maybe trying to go for a play here with the Clockwork, at least, you know, getting a little bit of vision, trying to turn things, but I think they also got caught off guard with the Bloodthorn on the Sven. I don't think anybody was really had that on their radar, and I don't think they had vision over that either.
Earthshaker gives up his puck. Soil, I don't care. Soil are gonna slay. Sven has this Aegis, of course. He really could not care less about your Earth Spirit going in with a nice press the attack. They'll debuff the Shadow Strike on top of everything else. And with that lifesteal, he just pumps through a creep wave and he's relatively healthy. Jumps straight on in with a 2-man stun, 2-man cleave. And with no buybacks on the Dire team, you could easily see them calling GG soon because they've lost 1 lane of racks and they're about to lose the second one. The Sonic Wave, well, yeah. I think that's all we need to say about that. Clockwork calls it. GG. Taps out. They've had enough. That's going to be VGJ.Thunder winning 2-0.
Terrorblade has been part of one team fight.
Sorry, who?
Exactly. It's, I don't know. The laning stage, I think, basically decided the game. Obviously, they still were in the game afterwards because they clawed their way back, but they were so far behind that they had to do so much work and they couldn't really afford to do any mistakes. And honestly, I think in the mid game they only really had 2 big mistakes. One was the Roshan fight, and one was the other one where they overextended top. And like, oh sure, they had a couple like smaller mistakes here and there, but the only 2 real mistakes were these ones. And if you're behind by 15k, 1 mistake can cost you the game. They had 2. Well, that just sealed the deal.
Yeah. At no point were they ahead or even thinking about being ahead. Laning phase went very, very, very poorly for them. It was, I don't know. It's like a shoddily put together draft where Terrorblade was like one of very few answers that they felt they had. VGJ.Thunder just outmaneuvered them every step of the way. From lobby being started, from admin saying 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, let's go, till the throne falls. VGJ were just the superior team without a doubt. But I don't know if I explained myself well enough for the whole Terrorblade versus Pugna thing, but I think it's pretty self-apparent there why I would have preferred a Pugna over a TB. Just because lanes. Like, literally just because lanes.
So, the bottom lane looks totally different if it's not a TB and if it's a Pugna instead. Like, I mean, obviously, again, it comes down to skill, and, VGJ.Thunder is still a highly... like, they're better players, right? So in a sense, even if Team Serenity technically do have the better lanes on paper, odds are VGJ.Thunder still win. But with a Terrorblade, they 100% lose that lane all the time. With a Pugna or any other hero, maybe they contest it, maybe they even win it. But with a Terrorblade, they absolutely lose that lane. And they did.
Right, so what does this mean for me? What are we doing now, Skimmy Boy?
I believe we'll wait another hour or an hour and a half or so.
1 hour and 11 minutes until the
Oh
next best of 3 is
God.
scheduled. I am going to message the admins and beg them to run games back to back, because this is getting crazy. Our next game is going to be FTD Club A up against Keen Gaming, formerly known as eHome Keen. FTD though, I guess they're no longer called FTD Club A, they're just called For the Dream. They've actually rebranded in a good way. No longer do we have to be like FTD ABC. They are For the Dream. And they've got a pretty interesting roster. Aggressive, 897, Jinkyu, Shaker, and Pretty Heart all on that squad. While Keen Gaming is GGG, Dark, Wrong, and 2 players who I always forget their names because they have Chinese characters. One of them... Oh, can I remember his name? One of them's called Jiang An, and he plays like a sick Night Stalker, but I can't remember the other player's name. But we'll come back to them when we get to that series. We'll take a break now. It's going to be about an hour and 10 minutes until the next best of 3. 2 best of 3s remaining for this round 1 of the playoffs as we get ourselves started for the ESL One Hamburg qualifiers for China. We'll be back soon.
Get down.